It's remarkable the amount of damage that is done to our country by illegals, and yet those in the White House, including the border czar Kamala Harris, and yes, that's what she is, will continue to gaslight you and say, oh, no, everything's fine. How many American women have to be murdered? How many Laken Rileys, Rachel Morans, Ruby Garcias, Jocelyn Nungary's do there have to be? How many dead women, American women, have there got to be for us to stop this? Todd Bensman's still with me. Todd, I look at these crimes and I hear people like Pete Buttigieg say, oh, well, you know, they commit less crimes than people burning. Look, they shouldn't be here at all. These crimes should never have happened. Laken Riley should be alive today in her classes at Georgia, becoming a nurse in her nursing school, but she's not. 100,000 people will die this year from fentanyl. 400,000 since Joe Biden took office. You know, they should be here. You know, the fentanyl problem reaches all the way to Great Falls, Montana. I know, I've talked to people there, right? It's a scourge, and they do nothing about it, and it makes me angry. And it has to just make you angry as well.
Right. Well, you and your audience should recognize that the Democrats are coming at you with a response to that, which is, hey, illegal aliens commit less crime at, they have a lower crime rate than American citizens, and there are all these studies that show it. But my point about that is that those two groups should never, ever be compared. There's no comparison. It's academically invalid to compare American crime to illegal alien crime, primarily because illegal alien crime is all preventable. 100% of it is preventable if we were to just simply apply this massive apparatus of deportation and detention that's in place for them and not for American citizens.
Let me ask you about something else on that, because I keep hearing the border czar Kamala Harris tell us, well, the Republicans rejected this bipartisan deal because Donald Trump wanted the border open. No, that border deal wasn't just a border deal. There was all sorts of other garbage in there. Money for Ukraine, money for these people, money for that people. It was like raining money for everybody else. Plus, it would have normalized 5,000 illegals a day. It was no deal at all, was it?
No, you're right. Get ready to hear a lot more of that, too, in the next 3 or 4 months. You're absolutely right. The piece of legislation, the Lankford bill, absolutely embossed, codified into legislation 1.5 million illegal entries a year. 1.8 million, actually. 5,000 a day is now okay, when the current law says 0 a day is okay. Why would any Republican, why would any American ever want to put that in legislation? It's utterly insane. It does the exact opposite of what they're saying that it does. It's the ultimate gaslight. Read the bill. It's online. Go read it. It does all kinds of things other than allowing 5,000 a day. It gives the administration the discretion to not enforce any deportation or detention, even if it's above 5,000 a day. They can still say, well, let's go 8,000, let's go 10,000 if they want. Current law says 100% detention, 100% deportation if you enter illegally. Why would you replace that with something that's open borders like that? Of course not. It does the exact opposite. It's ultimate gaslighting, and it's infuriating, really, for somebody like me who does this for a living. I read bills like that. I've read that bill, and I want to just say that they can turn the spigot off immediately without any legislation, and they've pretty much done that with just one move, a deal that they made with Mexico's president, Lopez Obrador, to have him shut it down on his end at least through November 5th. And now the numbers crossing illegally is way down just from one deal cut.
Right. So let me be clear about this, Todd. We've talked about this, but I just want to be absolutely clear about this, because I believe you could secure the border in less than 48 hours. People, oh, you couldn't do that. Of course you could. You could bring in the National Guard. You could back them up with state and local police officers in the border states. You could have processing centers. You could have FEMA come in and set up trailers and make sure you're putting people back out the other way. You can do 100 things in 48 hours that would secure that border, I believe. Where am I wrong?
I believe too. I've watched it happen. I've been covering the border when it's on, when it's off for years. And when it's off, it's because we're pushing people back into Mexico. We're rounding everybody up and detaining them and pushing them back and deporting them. Listen, I talk to immigrants all day long, thousands of them. I'm on my way to the Darien Gap in about 3 days to Colombia and Panama, where I'll be just talking to thousands more, hundreds more anyway, immigrants. And what they tell you is, I'm coming now, I'm laying down $10,000 that I begged, borrowed, and stole and sold all my property because I know 100% the Americans are going to let me in when I get there. Well, they're not going to lay that money down when they are going to get pushed back into Mexico and end up in Mexico. Nobody's coming for the great Mexican dream. It's just that simple. So 48 hours is maybe an overestimate. I think they could probably do it in about an hour.
Well, there you go.
Honestly,
well, Todd,
yeah.
You got to keep coming back because we got to keep this message in front of people with so many distractions and the media working so hard to make Kamala Harris look like an acceptable candidate, make her look intelligent. Good luck to that, but that's what they're trying. Where can they find you real quick, your website?
ToddBensman.com. Sign up for my newsletter there, and all my social media is there. I work for the Center for Immigration Studies, CIS.org. You can track all my upcoming travels down to Colombia at both sites.
Todd Bensman, greatly appreciate your experience for which there is no substitute. Talk again soon. Thank you, Todd.
Thank you.